Hi, I'm Mark Gaylor, Sony Alpha Ambassador, and in this series of short video tutorials we're going to deep dive into Sony's new menus that we see on cameras such as the A7 IV and the Alpha 1. So without much further ado, let's get started. Let's take a look at the silent mode on the Alpha 7 IV camera. Now I'm coming into the red shooting menu, page 7, silent mode settings. Now we can enable silent mode in this menu, but I have assigned it to my FN button, so press the FN button on the back of the camera, and then you don't need to depress the center button to change that setting. You simply need to roll the forward dial from off to on. Okay, so one of the things that you probably need to be aware of with the Alpha 7 IV, this camera is not using the stacked sensors that are found in the Alpha 9, Alpha 9 II and the Alpha 1 cameras. So you will not use silent mode for shooting fast action sports. Otherwise you'll get something called rolling shutter or shutter distortion. The image on the left shows that golf club clearly bending because it's using a regular backlit illuminated sensor that the Alpha 7 IV has. The shutter-free distortion on the Alpha 1 and Alpha 9 cameras allows you to use the electronic shutter or silent shooting to shoot that golfer without shutter distortion. Okay, now we've got that out of the way, I'll go into that silent mode and show you some of the target function settings that we can't change from the FN menu, so we will need to come into the menus to change these. Now another word is the when we're using the electronic shutter on the Alpha 7 IV, there is no shutter sound. Now on the Alpha 9 and Alpha 1 cameras you will get a simulated shutter sound, but it is completely silent on the Alpha 7 IV, as the name suggests. The indication that the Alpha 7 IV is shooting in silent mode is this blinking. Now again, that blinking won't be present on the Alpha 1 and Alpha 9 cameras. You get a constant view, and you'll have other indicators to tell you that the shutter is firing, such as the focus icon blinking. Okay, let's take a closer look at those target function settings which control how silent mode keeps or maintains its silence. First off, you've got aperture drive in AF. It is set to standard, so you will hear some very small noise from the lens motors working in that standard setting. Now if you're in an indoor environment where there is absolute silence required, then you could switch the aperture drive in AF to silent priority. If you do this, there will be a word of warning that the focus speed may decrease. Okay, but you will get a more silent focus motors when using that setting. Okay, shutter when power off. Now one of the features on the Alpha 7 IV is the anti-dust function that closes the shutter when powering down the camera. That's not on by default, but if you have enabled that and you're in silent shooting mode, you don't really want that shutter making a noise when powering the camera off if absolute silence is required. So in that silent mode settings, we've got that set to off, so that won't happen in silent shooting mode. The next one is auto pixel mapping. Now quite a few people on the forums often say, you know, when I power down my camera, I hear the camera take a picture, I hear the shutter make a noise, and that is the auto pixel mapping. Basically the camera is just doing some routine housekeeping where it's looking for warm pixels, and it'll remap those so we don't see any problems with those pixels when we're shooting. And it does that periodically. It doesn't do it every time you power down or power on the camera, but you will hear it from time to time. So that auto pixel mapping is also turned off in silent shooting mode. If you found this information useful, head over to patreon.com/Mark Gaylor. I'm offering an Alpha Creative Skills support channel where you can download a 500-page camera-specific ebook, and I've covered most of the late model Alpha cameras. You'll also be able to download a camset file if you own one of the later model Alphas. You'll be able to set up your entire camera with just a single file copied to a memory card. I also offer additional ebooks for people to download to help them master the skills of creative photography, and also a range of 1-hour seminars that look at the using the camera gear to the best effect, and also to build up your skills of photography in general. So head over to patreon.com/Mark Gaylor.